Yes, sir. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited today. I'm bringing you guys a brand new series to my channel. The title of this series will be called A Conversation With, and this is my very first time doing it with a very special guest that I have been heavily rocking with over the past couple of weeks. He just dropped a new album. He is signed to Trailer Made Records. He's been making a lot of noise in the country rap subgenre. He has some great diss records that he's put out. He has some great collaborations with the likes of Hard Target that he's put out. And he just proved by putting out his new album that he can stand with the best of them. Now, what do I tell you guys all the time? The sole purpose of this channel is to react to, review, and break down music that pulls on your heartstrings, makes your soul bleed, or gives you that oomph that you need to get over that hump, the evolution of an underdog story, right? The name of this dude's album is Underdog. So that goes to show you just right there how similar-minded we can be. I love to call myself an underdog. There's a lot that's packed into the punch of an underdog and an underdog story, and I can't wait to figure out more about him. I can't wait to get to know him on a more personal level. Can't wait to see what type of guy that I'm talking to, and just be able to open myself up a little bit more to the general public by speaking with people. I think that that's important on the channel. I think it's important that you guys see me speak with people and not just talk on my own accord. Now, with that being said, I'm excited to get into this. This is episode 1 of A Conversation with Cymple Man. Can you hear me? No? You can't hear me? What's good, brother? How are you?
Good, man. Good. Happy to
Good.
be here, bro.
Good. You just released an album, man. How's that feeling?
Man, it's always, I don't want to say like, it's almost like a relief when you finally get it out there. And then it's like I was talking to Just in Time or somebody the other day about it, and they were like, yeah, then you got to look forward. You got to start finding joy in the months after promoting it. And that's what I'm trying to do now, because putting things out is one thing, but continuing to promote and be in people's face is something I've never done a really good job of. So
You're also opening yourself up to the subjection of, like, people might not like it. You know what I mean? And you feel like, man, I feel that way even when I release videos where I'm like, man, I'll either feel like I bombed something and people might say it was pretty good, or I might feel like I killed something and you get what I'm saying? So it's always like a weird feeling, even for me, as like someone that just makes videos, like putting your heart into something and then pushing it out to the public so that they can just say whatever they want to say about it,
the closer it gets to the time when things come out, you almost feel like you've just lost control. It's almost like you're pushing a boat off somewhere and you're just like watching it. At that point, you're just like, okay, that's it's out there. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing else you can do at that point. It's somewhat of a helpless feeling, but it's cool, man. I'm not scared to fail, bro. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not scared to get the criticism and all that. So
me too. I share that with you, man. And I think that's a lot of what I relate to in the music itself. Thank you for this hoodie, by the way. This is fire. You want to tell people where they can get it? Do you have a website or something like that?
Actually, what happened with that was I did a big merch thing. I did a big merch order about a year and a half ago. We did some shows, sold a bunch of them, and recently I had a lot of people asking, and I only had like 9 or 10 left. I don't think I had hardly any left. So I said, you know what? I'm going to send a couple of these out to some people that's showing us love right now. And to the fans that are asking about it, though, I am going to get some more shirts and things, hats momentarily. Just give me some time to restock. I'm really focused on music and being present here right now. So everything takes time. So the merch is coming.
I've been the people that I call them my team. There's just members and stuff like that to the channel, and we've created this Discord with each other, and they're always telling me I need to do merch. And I think that it would be cool, but it's just like another thing. That's something else I wanted to kind of ask you about. Like, how do you like who is Simple Man the man? Like, how do you find time in between your grind of work, your family life, and entertaining people online and keeping a consistent level? You know?
It's honestly like, and I think you know this too, because I've spoke to you a little bit enough to know you have multiple jobs. You wear what they call wear multiple hats and things like that. And I do the same thing, man. I go to work, I try to switch gears. I come
Mm,
home, I try to switch gears. If I have the stress of a song or video not doing that well, I try not to bring it in the house. Although we do as humans, we do. I bring work stresses home. I bring, so, some days I'm overwhelmed or exhausted with my job and I won't get that song recorded I wanted to. I'll put it off for a week. I'll do something else. Uh, it is not the easiest thing in the world, but it is a very rewarding life, and I am kind of
yeah.
of the thought that I'll sleep when I'm gone, man. I try to make sure I stay healthy as I can and do as much as I can for me and my family, but I'm also gonna try to get as much done as I can while I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to be productive with everything.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like God gives us gifts, and if we don't, I feel like if you don't use them, you lose them. And I do feel like I like multiple hats, like you said. Like there's my gift of being a father and a husband. There's my gift of working hard in the field and just doing what I can out there. And then I do feel like I have the gift of gab. So just trying to use my voice. I think that the biggest issue that I've ran into, man, is just like you're talking about the switches, and just being able to flip that switch. Like if I have a stressful day at work and then I bring that into my house, I'm really just open with my family about it where I can be like, I'm sorry, I got to take that. I brought that inside today and hopefully I won't do that tomorrow. And I try to do the same thing even when I'm stressed about family stuff, trying not to bring it here. And that's been the most overwhelming part of just your life is constantly moving 0 to 100 from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed at night. I rarely even sit down.
And
um
even if life isn't moving like that, if you're like me and you're always trying to think of your mind is trying to think of what you need to be doing, like to be dreaming and having goals in life is to be also stressed out with deadlines you create on your own. You know what I mean? So you have to find peace in that.
you do.
Sometimes you have to take a breath and be like, I can take a day and not do this right now. Let me be present here with someone else.
Exactly. I also wanted to just chat with you about your song. My favorite song on the album is We Gon' See.
Oh yeah.
I love that battle within yourself, man, just battling demons. And I just kind of wanted to rack your brain on where you were at when you were creating that record, man, because that's I'm a sucker for that, bro. Like, but I don't know if you know a whole lot about me. I've been off of drugs. I'm 11 years removed from them, but
Good job.
just the battle of like battling your demons is a consistent daily thing that I
Oh,
think that if you know about it and you put your all into it, you can do it. But I think a lot of people submit to that other side of them without even realizing it.
right. Um, I wrote about my hatred of, I don't like to feel like I'm being manipulated by anyone or anything. And I feel like social media a lot of times does manipulate us as users of it. They make you spend your time on these platforms. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
a labor of love, but it's also like, let's say you wanted to take 3 weeks off right now from posting. You know as well as I do, when you come back, it's going to be a struggle to get that ball rolling again, man. And it was really about my hatred of, I want to rap and make music. I
Come
didn't
on.
sign up. I started this to be a promoter of editing short films and posting. You know what I mean? Like I want to do the art form of it,
Mm,
but that's not enough anymore these days. And it's a necessary evil you have to face. And that's kind of why in that song I say things like, where I'm in there talking about the evilness, the evil sides, like, don't you remember you used to have to do all this on your own? Don't you remember, kid? Like they're making it easier for you to do videos and put out content and put music out, as opposed to pressing them up, going and finding a videographer to get all this stuff done. But at what cost? You're losing a lot of your time to your phone and things like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah, facts. I love it, bro. I resonate with that record. I resonate with that record for real. I also I love Wu Twang, which was the first one you told me to check out.
yeah,
I'm gonna get to a bunch of them on the channel too, just as kind of reviews more so than like first time reactions. But do you? I
so,
wanted to ask you this too, man. Do you ever feel pigeonholed to specific, like I guess that this is kind of a loaded question, but I wanted to ask, one, do you feel like you're hip hop, or do you just feel like you fit into this country rap genre? Because I look at you, I hear you, and I feel it as hip hop, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But how do
oh,
you keep yourself from being pigeonholed into something that people want you to do, but you might have the feeling or the dream of doing something more, you know?
I don't mind at all making some songs about country values and things like that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
from South Georgia. I love country folk. I grew up. My family is country folks. You know what I
Mm.
mean? We grew up, but
Same.
it's like, it's everybody says this now about, I'm not a country rapper. I'm a rapper from the country. I really do feel like that,
Mm.
but I don't get so pissed off if
Mm.
people say he's a country rapper or he's not a country rapper, all that. I honestly don't care what they associate me with. Just
Yeah.
keep talking about you know what I
Keep
mean? If
talking
you're
about, yeah,
talking
keep playing
about
it.
my music, yeah, you
Yeah.
can call whatever, you can say it, whatever. He's an asshole. Call me an asshole.
Yeah.
Tell everybody how bad I suck. 1 out of 10 people might like it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me, but yeah, but to answer your question with my perspective on it, yeah, bro, I'm a rapper. I grew up rapping. You know what I mean? I grew up rapping over rap beats. Like there
Mm.
was not hardly. Target was talking the other night, and it's true. Like in the early 2000s,
Mm.
there was not country rap beats like there are now. You go to
Mm.
sound, you're searching for beats, you can find some with banjos and harmonicas and
Yeah.
strings and that didn't used to exist. If you were rapping, you could be rapping about country stuff, but you was doing it over hip hop
Yeah.
tracks.
Like
You
Field
know,
Mob, for instance. A lot of people leave Field Mob out of the equation, but that I was like, this is country as hell. Nappy Roots. Like, and I give a lot of credit to Yellow Wolf for kind of,
oh yeah, Yellow Wolf. Yellow Wolf. I will never take anything from what Yellow Wolf's done, dog. There's like some people have a stigmatism about it. They're like, Yellow Wolf's not a country rapper. Yellow Wolf's this. That. I don't care what y'all call the man. The man is completely gas on a track, and he's a fantastic songwriter, bro. He's
he is.
not just a rapper that just raps. Like that "Devil in My Veins" song he did a while back.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
bro, if you have been recovering for 11, you probably resonate with that song a lot too, bro.
Hella. Hella.
Devil's for my veins, like it's forever gonna be a thing that tempts me to try
Yeah.
to, we all have vices like that, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I love that whole album, bro. Love Story is one of them ones
oh,
that opened my mind up because I'm for those of you that don't know, me and Simple Man probably live within like an hour and a half of each other, and I grew up in Southeast Georgia around country folks too, and there is country and still morals in me, but the I never got into country music when I was younger, and the main reason being is when I was younger, I kind of got my mom kind of I was a lot of trouble, man. She didn't want to have. I don't want to put no ill name on my mom. I love my mom, but
yeah,
she just kind of got put in a situation where it was like you got to go live with your dad, and my dad was coming out of prison and kind of just left me with my grandparents, and I found my own way into a crack house hanging out with hood people, and that was the most impressionable years of my life. So I resonated deep with like that side of things, but there was always those roots. So when I heard like Pop the Trunk for the first time, resonated with me so different from like what a
Yeah.
Bubba Sparks would do. And now that I'm grown, I got a family, and I look at things different. And Hard Target, no, look, not for nothing, bro. I've been a fan of him since I was like 13, 14 years old. Literally, it's crazy. The Upchurch disc was like a full circle moment for me and my homie. Like my
Oh,
homie's been a fan of his for forever. He used to he used to trick people, bro. It would be like I would type in like new Eminem, and it would
yeah.
on the music downloading sites, and it would be, who is this guy? And I finally
Yeah.
figured it out. But no, not for nothing, man. There's just always been something about the country heart over hip hop has always, it's always been a puller for me, bro. I love it. So I don't I don't diss the country rappers either, man. I think that it's dope. I think that like y'all just by storm showcased like, hey, we're hip hop. Like I remember I called out Adam Calhoun and he saw it. He even got like, he commented on my video, and I called him out because, bro, I saw all these Upchurch vlogs and I was like, God, that's so whack. That's literally so whack to me. You're a musician, you call yourself a rapper, and you're making podcasts about calling out other rap. Like, take
Yeah.
away all the facts of it and just like on the shell, what it was like, no, bro, what are you doing? And I remember Adam dropped a video, and I was like, no, man, don't do that. And I made this whole video like, bro, don't, if you're going, you're hip hop, you got it rooted in you, bro. You're from Chicago, like, get on the microphone. And it wasn't 3 days later, bro, that this whole thing started. So I joke around with my fans a lot, and I'm like, bro, I started that, and y'all know I started that. But it was awesome to see, bro, just the competitive nature of it. Do you feel
Right.
competition
Do I feel competition? What do you mean? Like,
amongst
in
your
the,
peers, amongst like when you
uh,
hear somebody drop, are you like, I want to be better than that? You know what I
I
mean?
like I respect people that are dope on the mic, and I mean, like, there's if I'm on a track with somebody, yes, I'm always gonna try to. And I was talking to FJ Outlaw about this a while back, and it's
Yeah.
I think he's of the same mindset I am. Like, and this is gonna sound crazy, but this is what I mean. Like, if I'm on a track with Lil
Yeah.
Wayne is probably gonna just smash me, and it's gonna be insane, and his fans are gonna love it. But guess what? For that little moment in time that I'm on that song, I'm gonna do or say something crazy enough
Yeah.
where somebody's gonna say, "What did that dude?" or "Who is?" Maybe when they're done, "Who was that guy again?"
Yeah.
Now I might just say, "Never mind, that dude sucked." But I
Yeah.
guarantee
Exactly.
there's some people that say, "What did he just rhyme right there?" or something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
That's always gonna be a competitive. Hip hop's a competitive sport, bro. And
Yes. Yes.
even doing tracks with your friends, we're always, nobody wants to be the guy on the track that everybody's like, that was okay. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody's gunning for everybody, whether you admit it or not. You always want to either outstyle or stand out to somebody on a track. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure that you've had a million questions along the way about like your top five, this and that, but I wanted to talk to you a little deeper on it. Like, all right, so if you ask me who I think the best rapper ever is,
All right.
that's a certain category, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
and I would probably say Eminem, or someone of that, like Nas, someone of that super caliber, right? But if you ask me who my favorite is, I'm leaning to 50 Cent. And
Yeah.
I've always felt like people don't understand what I'm saying, but like that's my favorite to listen to, just because I don't think he might not can rap better than him, but he's my favorite. And I wanted to know, because your style, bro, is your style's unprecedented, man. I really enjoyed listening to your music. There's a lot of ups and downs and a lot of twists and turns, and I love stuff like that. It's reminiscent of like a Busta Rhymes or Missy Elliott, or just, the people that had that funk. And I love hearing that in this lane. I don't hear nobody else doing it. So I just wanted to ask you, who is your favorite rapper?
My favorite all-time rapper will always be Tupac Shakur. It will
Fire.
always be, because Pac put the emotion in it for me. He put the, yeah, bro, Pac just hits you in the gut, in the soul. And even though, I'm not from LA, he made me feel like I was living and dying in LA when that came, playing that in the sticks in Blacksburg, Georgia. We're
Yeah.
playing All Eyes on Me around bonfires in the woods, shit that don't belong, and we
Yeah.
love it. And, Dear Mama, I still think is one of the greatest hip hop songs ever made. And Pac will always be that dude. Now, see, this is where though there's a million rappers I love that influenced me. Like I was stuck on Fabulous for a little while too. There, I thought Fab was
Come on.
insanely dope, and he
Yeah.
had a moment in time. There's rappers through my life that have had these moments where they were like Method Man when he was hot. It was like everything had them, and Redman at the same time. Nas, Jay-Z, all these guys have influenced me. Eminem, when he came along, it was like a wave of his shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, Ti, I loved watching Ti's rise and all that. But
Yeah.
it's been a lot of them. Like if you say when you say, and I understand this is probably what you mean. Like if you say top five, my favorite will be Pop. Now, if you're talking about technical, who's the best technical rapper? If you're
Right.
talking about who's the best conscious rapper, that's gonna be another group. I'm gonna
Yep.
have Mos Def in there, and I consider Black Thought to be in there too. And
Woo.
Black Fire and insanely dope. And
That boy's a problem. Yeah.
even you can even probably make an argument that Royce the 5'9" could be put, even though Royce is just sick, top to
Yeah.
bottom. He's somewhat of a conscious dude on certain songs. He's
True.
written some of the most thought provoking songs to me. Um,
I love Cocaine. That's my slap from him, bro. Have you heard Cocaine from him?
yeah, sick on that. And the one he wrote for his, I think he wrote one for his son, and he wrote one, bro, years ago that I could only find like a bootleg copy of this. It was
Mm.
called like King of Kings. Did you ever hear that one?
That doesn't sound familiar, but if it was like on one of those mixtape joints that he was, he had
Yeah,
s-
it was. Yeah, back then, the King of Kings one, he uh he wrote like through the perspective of Jesus,
oh
and
wow.
bro, it is completely fire. It's insane.
Yeah,
And,
he's nasty, man. I love Royce. And Toe
oh,
to Toe, that whole Bad Meets Evil album, I used to tell people all the time, I'm like, that Eminem, like the 2010 Eminem, was just known for wrecking people on tracks, man. And he literally, like, there's a few songs on there that he gave. I gotta give it. Royce is the only person I've really heard out rap Eminem consistently on tracks. Like, I'm like, I don't know, bro. Royce went crazy on that Bad Meets Evil
bro,
album.
Slim Shady LP is, and I will still argue to this day. Everybody want the Marshall Mathers LPs. I like the Slim Shady LP better. I do. I like
Really?
it better. Yeah, I do. I like it. But I like Marshall Mathers LP. It's really
Yeah.
dope. It's insanely dope. It's classic records. But the Slim Shady LP, he just had such a fire in his gut. It was like he was hungry. And when they did that track, him and Royce on that, I think that was the first
Bad Meets
Bad Meat.
Evil. Yep.
And Royce
Yep.
was like, hoo ha, yo, I done heard worse. We can get in two cars and
So
accelerate
accelerate
each
each other to see which one will
other.
swerve first. That is
All
hard. Yeah.
insane. And Eminem did a flip in there about hoisting, like tie you to your bedpost
Yeah.
and hoist you above the bed like an exorcism. Like that whole track was crazy good, bro.
Bananas, bro. I love that hip hop, man. And I hear that. This is what excites me, bro. And like I talk about this, speaking of like the stigmas we were talking about earlier, like being kind of thought of as something and being kind of withheld to it. But I've kind of become this Tom McDonald reaction channel of sorts, But dude's dope, by the way, like super dope, and I just didn't know. But it's crazy because like I found Adam through that, had this reconnection moment with Hard Target from Adam, and then I found you from Hard Target, and it's just been like this. I've really been enjoying hip hop again. You know what I mean? And
Good,
that's kind of why I
good.
wanted to ask that question, like where you're like your music is so unordinary in the best way. Like the ups and the downs of it, and just I know about pockets. I've hung out around rappers. I studied hip hop growing up. I always felt like I had some kind of call into it. Maybe this is it. I don't know because I can't rap. But the just pure joy that I get hearing people really respect the craft again has been awesome. And it's really just been here in this whole, I don't even want to call it just the country rap
Yeah.
subgenre, just the underground
Right.
subgenre of hip hop that I just didn't know was there, you know? It's
Man,
been fire.
bro, that's really awesome to hear, man. And there's a couple guys that have been like involved, like Vic XL. He used to do the country rap report. We used to get on there and kind of promote our joints and all this. I had a conversation with him one night, and he said basically what you're saying. He said, you guys, excuse me, hang on,
You good?
excuse me, you guys talking about me, Hard Target, and some more people in our camp, Bredwin, Jeff McCool, um, Florida Dolph, Crowny Gambino, Jim Star. He's like, you guys have those old school elements of hip hop, or middle school kind of. It's not really old school. And Broadnecks, Adam Calhoun, Demon Jones. These guys have some of those as well. And a lot of that stuff is now lost in what's currently popular in hip hop. You know
Mm.
what I mean? So you don't get like people that are influenced by, let's say, the Hot Boys back when they were
Mm-hmm.
hot in Louisiana. You don't get Busta Rhymes influence hardly anymore. Busta Rhymes, when he did the latest like smash hit he did with Chris Brown, when he did the
Oh
anytime
my God.
I got to do it. When he did that, I was like,
Yeah,
that's dope. I was like, that's dope. But that ain't the woo-ha Buster. Like
that's true. That's
y'all
true.
don't know the Buster that came on the track and was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all didn't get that Buster. Y'all got chop fast
Yeah.
chop Buster trying to
Yeah.
reinvent himself. It's smart, it's dope. I applaud him for it. He's always been able to chop like that. But
Yeah.
it's like character, man. That's what, bro. His
Yes.
videos was insane. Remember with him running with the elephant tusk and the
Yeah.
and the was
I do.
behind him,
Yeah.
bro. All that shit is like that's the stuff that I saw, and I was like, man, these dudes are awesome. I was telling somebody the other day, I didn't really read a lot of comic books growing up, but
Yeah.
I got into hip hop when I was younger, and you'd have somebody. I remember this because we talking about Busta Rhymes. I remember when I went and got Mystical's second album, I think Tarantula, maybe his second or third one, whatever
Oh
it
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And I looked, and you used to always pick the albums up and look on the back and see who was featured on it. And I
Yeah.
saw he had a joint for Busta Rhymes. I'm like, oh man,
Gotta
what
have
they
it.
like together, bro? Like, what's that gonna be like? I
Yeah.
gotta get this. And everybody used to kind of check for that, like
God, I
getting
miss
those.
those days.
Yeah, man, like those old albums with the fold outs and looking at the
Yes.
producers and the artwork and all that. It's kind of like records for our parents and stuff. But
Loved it, bro. God, I
yeah,
loved
man,
it. I would go
that's
in the
dope.
record store, and you remember they would have like the headphones you could put on. You could
Yeah,
listen to like 30 seconds of something, and
yeah,
I would check those features, and I'd be like, let me hear it. And if I wouldn't hear the featured artist, I'd be like, dang, bro. And that's sold albums. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it does. But that's the one thing, like, I really appreciate you I said this in the Himothy video that I did, but like you really bring this performative character aspect to the front of it, and I rock with it, bro. I do. I rock with it.
I've started. It takes you forever to get. We're always trying to become better versions of ourselves, no matter musically or what, bro. And it's
Hmm.
just took years for me. One of the best compliments I got lately, and I quit tooting my own fucking horn right now, but I was recording with this dude. This has probably been like a year and a half ago, and we're in
Yeah.
the studio together, and I'm recording, and I'm doing my stacks and all this, and I get done, and he's like, bro, you have absolutely mastered your voice. And I'm
Mm.
like, I appreciate that, dog. I've never heard that. And I still don't think I really have, but it's dope that people recognize that, it took me years to figure out
Mm-hmm.
what's like what's my strong suits, what's not. You know what I'm saying?
1,000,000%. Yeah. The voice is another thing too, right? Like your tone to let people know that you're serious or whether you're having fun or like I love Timothy, bro. I thought that there was so many like I was nerding out. I was like, bro, I haven't heard nobody do nothing like this. I haven't, bro. Like you
Appreciate
switched it up like 4 times. You know what I mean? Just tone, like your tone switched
that.
like 4 times. It was crazy. You killed that, bro. You killed that.
Thank you,
Uh,
man. Thank you. And you know, being a Target fan,
yeah,
he's king of that, bro. He's the king of being able to swap. He sounds
yeah.
totally different from one record to the other one. Yeah.
He went nuts. He went nuts on that too, and he went nuts on Upchurch, man. But I'm not gonna keep on beating a dead horse, no
Right.
pun intended. But um, that was awesome. That was just awesome to witness. I'm glad I got to be a part of that, react to it, witness it in firsthand. But I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, man. I got a couple more questions. I got one more question I want to ask you, and then I have 2 fans that wanted to ask you a question too. Are you cool with that?
Right.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, that's awesome.
So,
Yeah.
what did you think about the whole Drake versus Kendrick Lamar thing?
I thought that Kendrick, I mean, Kendrick really blew him. I'm a big Kendrick fan now, and I don't
Me
mind
too.
Drake. But I tell you what, dog, Kendrick put a lot of light on that shit, and I saw some videos of Drake that I didn't know existed of him
Hmm.
with little girls on stage and stuff, and that's some
That's
weird type
weirdo
shit.
stuff.
That's weirdo, man. You
It is
can't like,
weird.
yeah, I mean, when the girl's telling you like I'm this age, and you like your body feels good, and I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? What you doing, bro? This is in
That
front
is
of
weird. That
yeah,
is
it was
weirdo behavior, bro. I don't. I love. But see, I'm not ashamed to say it, bro. I've always been a Drake fan, but I
yeah,
will say his as a person, man, he just Kendrick did a really good job of just make exploiting who he is for real as a person. And that's what tainted it to me. It's like, bro, he really showed like who Drake is. Like he's had a stick, like K Dot had a stick under his ass for years. Like I got to show the world who this guy is, and he just
yeah,
masterclass.
yeah.
It was crazy. It was awesome. Well,
It
let me
was.
ask you. All right, so I got a couple of questions. Mama Dawn, she's one of the longest members to my channel. She had such a good one, man. I
Uh,
probably would have asked it if she wouldn't have asked to, but Mama Dawn wanted to know. Well, I did kind of ask it. I did kind of ask it.
what's up?
How you balance working a job with pursuing a music career and raising a family at the same time. She said, "I'm curious to know." Oh, she's curious to know how your wife feels about it and if she or anyone else helps with getting the music heard.
She does help. She's helped me do videos and things around here. Now, I'd be completely lying if I said she's 1,000% supportive of me having to go and do all this stuff, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think any woman that wants to build a nice, idea of a home is, with a young child. We got a 6-year-old girl, and I completely get it, man. I do. That's why I try to pick and choose what I'm having to do, what's worth my time to leave home, what's worth going to do, and what's not. You know what I mean? Like somebody was asking me the other day, like, why don't you do a lot of shows out here? Well, number one, I don't know how big my fans are. I don't know how
Mm.
many tickets I'm going to sell. I don't want to disappoint promoters or venue owners or anything like that.
Yeah.
Number two, I don't want to take the time to leave my house and tell my wife to watch the kids again for a weekend while I
Mm.
drive up to North Carolina, do a show that 13 people show up for, come back negative $160 or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just not in the cards right now. Could it be in a month or two? Yeah, man. I believe at any moment this could turn around and be a full time gig. If it's not, though, I have a good life and I'm blessed and I'm happy for that too. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I share the exact same sentiment. Like the exact same sentiment. And I feel the same way. It's just, this is great. I love doing this. This is my dream. I have that same feeling like at any moment it could go up, but if it don't, I'm cool. You know what I mean? I am.
Right.
I am. And then my boy Daniel, this is the one that's been a fan of Hard Target with me since we were kids. He said he wanted to know how you first met Hard Target And what was the interaction like, or how was the interaction that led to y'all being close?
Bro, the first time I met him, he has a long time producer music friend named Wes Bright. He goes by Wes now.
Okay.
Uh, Me and Wes lived in Atlanta, and we had a group together called Psycho Billy Cadillac that we did music under for like 2 years, 3 years. We were booking shows. Anyway, that group kind of fell apart, or before it even fell apart, Wes took we went down and I met Target. I actually met him at he had a video called This One's for Me.
Mm.
And
Oh yeah.
I met him at a video shoot, but the actual one you saw, the This One's for Me video, was a different video. He shot one and he didn't like it, so he scrapped it. But that's the one I met him at, the one he scrapped. And first time meeting him, man, he was chill. He was busy at the video shoot. I could tell he had a lot of things going on. I could tell he was kind of like kind of nerve and jittery just because he had 100 people talking to him,
Mm-hmm.
extras and things were there, and he was trying to get everything done right. But the first time we chilled at his house, we did a song called F That, and he had a verse on there that was probably like a 20 something bar verse. And
Yeah.
it was wide open. And he was like, bro, I've heard you rap. I was like, I want to get on this. He was like, get on it. So I went in the room in there and wrote. And bro, I got a 16 done, and I was like, God, I got like 8 more. It was like 24 bars. Like, God, I got another half a verse to write. But bro, it was a banger, man. We ended up getting it done, and then we started performing it at a couple shows,
Yeah.
and man, it rocked. People loved it, so we just went from there, man. Honestly, bro, I knew like, and he did too. When we started making stuff together, it was like we need to work together on something for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I would love to hear an EP from both of y'all speaking about
we're
that, but
I tell you what, right now we have one, two. We just finished one. We got another one that's completely written. I haven't recorded it yet. I'm going to work on a third one. We're going to get a fourth one done. And then I'm going to try to go down there in a few weeks, shoot 4 videos for them. And in between that time,
bet.
we're going to do one more track and we're going to put out a 5 song EP. And
Bet.
these first two are crazy. But
Bet.
we need to get like a Himothy joint, bro. That's what I'm working on next.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's stuff that we can rhyme on right now because the other two are wild, bro.
I can't wait to hear it, man. I got one more. This is from Jody. This is essentially like my page manager. She has some question about football. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, Jody. I don't really even understand what the question was there. But she said, and this is a good one to end with too. Do you like the direction that you see country rap going despite the church drama or even with the church drama?
Honestly, man, to be real about it, if you look at this, if anybody looks at this objectively from an outsider's point of view and just
Mm-hmm.
says, right now, more eyes are on country rap
Mm-hmm.
than there has been in the past 4 to 5 years. Now,
Mm-hmm.
there's been certain people that's had substantial careers off of it.
Yeah.
And, God bless them. A lot of them make really good music, and I'm happy for them.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, there's a lot of eyes on a lot of people across the board.
Yes,
There's
sir.
new podcasts starting up. There's new lives. There's new interviews. We're doing one right now. We wouldn't even talk minus the church disc, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
true.
just wouldn't. We just probably would not have found each other. You might not have rediscovered Target. You said
Yeah.
so earlier. So
Yeah.
do I think it was a good thing? Yeah. Do I think that people are getting in their feelings and getting like upset about it? Yeah, I do. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of these people don't understand hip hop to begin with. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you church may do something great for you musically, and that's fine. But church did not write the book on how to be a rapper.
No,
And
sir.
church book on how to be a rapper from the country.
Yeah.
That book was written long before Upchurch picked up a microphone.
Come on.
So,
Talk to him,
so
brother. Yeah.
people get mad all they want. I don't give a shit. When people's getting mad at you, it's probably because they don't want to hear the truth most of the time.
That's real. That's real. Man, listen, bro. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for doing this with me. I'm gonna let you rock out of here. I know you want to go be with your family and hang out with your kids. Thank you so much for just taking a couple of minutes and rocking out with me. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to whatever comes next. And I'm gonna keep on playing that album. I bought the album, by the way. I'm gonna keep
Thank
on rocking with it. So yeah, man.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And if you wanna, as some stuff comes out, I'm releasing a Little Green Army Man video in a couple weeks. I got to get it finished up. But if you want to do either a live react with me or do a thing later on about it, just let me know, bro, and we'll set it up. Whatever you want to do.
Bet 100. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, bro.
You too. And ladies and gentlemen, that was part one, episode one of A Conversation With. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. Make sure to check out this new Cymple Man that's coming out, Little Green Army Man. If you want to know the song that I was talking about with the battling of demons, that one is called We Gon' See. I really enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed having Cymple Man on the show, and I'm looking forward to seeing A Conversation With and how it unfolds. I got Hard Target coming up eventually too. We've already talked about it, so that'll probably be my part two. And for anybody watching, any of y'all fans out there that want to see me have a conversation with somebody, y'all are the ones that can really make it happen and help it happen. So just some more people that are on this list that I would like to have a conversation with. Mises, Burden, Tom McDonald, of course, ACAL, of course. These are all people that I would love to have a conversation just like this with, just to down to earth. Let's chill. Let's talk like bros, and let's have a good time. And I hope y'all appreciated that. I hope y'all liked it. And with that being said, bro, I'm going to see y'all on the next one. All right? Peace.